misconception about wealth transfer. Because we have a lot of people, especially Christians, saying things like, in the end times, there's going to be a massive wealth transfer from the sinners to the righteous. And they are waiting, they are patiently waiting for God to do a massive wealth transfer from sinners to the righteous. So they believe they are the righteous ones. And then these guys that are in the world that are doing their business are the sinners. And so the wealth is going to come from those guys to them. If that is the way you're thinking, let me tell you, you're going to stay broke, you're going to remain broke, you're going to die broke. And then when you get to wherever you're going to, your creator will ask you, what did you do with all the resources I gave you? I gave you time, I gave you the brain, I gave you so much talent. So what did you do with it? And then you say something like, I was waiting for wealth transfer. The wealth transfer you promised me, I did not see it. Sorry. All right, the thing is, God, in his magnificence, is a God of justice. He is no respecter of person. He doesn't do things unjustly. He is a just God. All right? So it will be so unfair. In fact, it will be injustice for you to take the wealth, the money, or the business of someone who has worked for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, who has put in 30 years of their time into creating something for themselves. And then you take the wealth they've created for that time period, and then you give it to this guy that is just at home, sitting down, waiting patiently for wealth transfer. That would be injustice. Like, that would be so much. That would be injustice. And God is a God of principles. He doesn't work that way. So let me break down that scripture for you. It said, I don't have time, so let me just break up that scripture. It says, the wealth of the sinner is stored up or laid up for the righteous. Now, the Old Testament is written in Hebrew, but the New is written in Greek. So in the Hebrew word for sinner there, it's not the guy who breaks the 10 commandments. I think that's where most people get it wrong. That's where they're getting it wrong. It's not the guy that breaks the 10 commandments or the guy that breaks the commandment to get punished. That's not it. The Hebrew word for sinner there is someone who errs, someone who misses the mark, someone who gets it wrong. Now, the word for righteous there, it's, I think, Sadak, something like that. The Hebrew word. I'm not Hebrew. I have no... I'm Nigerian. Okay, but the word there means someone that gets it right. Someone who gets it right. So let's say you have two guys doing the same business, yeah? The same business. Two guys, the same business. And then, like, they offer the same service to people. So we have Mr. A and Mr. B. Mr. A takes his time. He reads about the business. He reads about his customers. He reads about how to make his business better. He reads about how to please his customers, how to reach more people, how to help them with whatever he's doing. Like, he's doing it every day. He's consistently trying to get better at what he does every day. And then you have Mr. B. Now, Mr. B believes God is going to give him wealth one way or the other. He doesn't care about reading about his business. He doesn't think about getting better at what he does. He's just there waiting for wealth transfer, yeah, because he's a Christian, and then he believes magically, some way, one day, God is going to give him the wealth of Mr. B. Now, who would you call for a service? We have this guy that does not do anything about his business. He doesn't think of growing the business. He doesn't think of getting better. He doesn't research about his business, his product, or his customer base. What do you think you would call? Who would you want to reach out to for help when you are in need of their service? Is it Mr. A that doesn't care much about the business, or Mr. B that is it A or B now? Oh boy. Bottom line, you have two people, yeah? A and B. One is trying to get better at what he does, and then you have this other guy that is not trying to get better. He's just there waiting for wealth transfer. Definitely, when you want to get something done, you go to the guy that knows about what he's doing. You go to the guy that has researched, that is learning, that is improving, that is trying to get better at what he's doing, rather than this other guy. Now, when you have an influx of people, customers coming to meet this guy, Mr. A, that is trying to get better, guess what? They are bringing in money. Money is coming in, yeah? Money is coming in because more people want his service because he's excellent at what he does. So more people want his service. So more money comes into Mr. A than Mr. B. That is the wealth. Now, the wealth is stored up for the wealth that is supposed to go for this guy is going to this guy because this guy errs. This guy misses the point. This guy is in the wrong, but this guy knows what he's doing. So the wealth that is supposed to go to this guy will definitely come to this guy. It's simple. That is the meaning of the scripture. If you're waiting in your room and hoping, praying, fasting for God to bring money for you through the sinner, you're wasting your time. That's a waste of human resource. That is a capital waste of your time, your resource, of your being. So, stop waiting. If you're a Christian and then you're watching this video, let me tell you, the wealth transfer is get good at what you do. Get so good that you cannot be ignored. Get so good that people will look for you. That is how the wealth is going to come. That is the way the wealth is going to come. The wealth is not going to come from you fasting and praying and singing, rolling on the floor, speaking in tongues. It isn't going to come like that. You get? So you need to get good at what you do, get better, and reach out to people. In fact, through referral alone, there's a huge opportunity for you. Just through referral. This guy is good at what he does. Oh, let me reach out to him. And before you know, the wealth this guy is waiting for, hoping for God to give him, eventually you'll see it at your doorstep. So I hope this video brings you value. If you're a Christian, if you're waiting for the wealth transfer, I hope this video brings you value. I hope you now understand the meaning of the scripture.